Hello. I do. Hello. As you can see, I'm in the garage. As you know, I fix bikes. That is my job. I quite often get given bikes. Usually when the bikes are trashed, people don't want them anymore and they say, do you want them? So I usually take them for parts, and then whatever's left, the scrap man used to come around and collect them. You don't need to spend thousands of pounds on a bike. It's not what you've got, it's what you do with it. I've got this one, which as you can see is completely rusted up. It's all it's been out in the rain for I don't know, 18 months. I have actually cleaned this up. I've cleaned this up. The hanger was broken, the chain was no good, the derailleur was all bent. So there's quite a few bits and pieces I've got to do on this one. I've put this rack on as well. Put this rack on it. I've cleaned the brakes up. I've still got to do all the cables. I've still got to do the handlebars. I've got to clean up the forks. The bottom bracket's still good on this one. As you can hear, there's no rumbling, so that's a positive. So that's one thing I don't have to change on this one. The idea with this one is I'm going to build an electric bike with it. So we're not going to need the back wheel because I've ordered a motor and I've ordered all the components I need. Now the battery pack I've also ordered. That's going to go on here. Ideally I would have liked a battery pack to go on the frame really, but it's all cost. I'm trying to keep the cost down as much as possible because obviously I'm having to build the bike as well. So I'm going to be putting another derailleur on there. I'll be putting on a new set of pedals. I've got a new chain to come on as well. Obviously new cables all the way through, new brake blocks. These are still okay. They probably just need painting. So I'll be taking those off. I'll recondition them and put them back on because they're still all right. But yes, these are old doors. This is a doors bike. Doors XC 1.2. This one. The other one's an XC 1.6 or something like that. They're quite a few years old. They're definitely not new. It's not a new bike. But yes, I say I managed to. I got this rack from. This came off an old electric bike years and years ago. This rack, and I've modified it to fit onto here. So hopefully that one will be okay. So I'm going to put my battery pack on there. I'm going to put a bag on the back. The battery will go in there. All the electronics will have to go into a frame bag on here. It's a very simple setup. It hasn't got complicated displays, and it hasn't got twist grips and all this stuff. I will be putting a cadence sensor, pedal sensor on, which will go down in there. So we'll be putting that on. It will be a street legal one. It's a 500 watt motor, but it can be de-restricted to 250. Now to be street legal, road legal, it has to not be more than 250 watts. So if you've got a bike that's more than 250, it's not road legal. Apparently it's classed as a motor vehicle, so you have to pay tax and everything on it, apparently. So I've found out from research. I do get the electric bikes in sometimes, but not that often. But I'm seeing an increase in inquiries for electric bikes. So I decided I'd build myself one. So I thought what I'll do is over on probably Scudo, I'm going to put some bike build videos up, and I'll just show you how I'm getting on. I'll put some vlogs on here as well, which I thought would be good. I think we're alright for grips. I think the grips are still pretty good. They look okay actually. The shifters are all a bit manky. They're gonna have, that's rusted to pieces. That's all that's gonna need cleaning up. As you can see by the stem there, that's incredibly corroded. So that'll have to be repainted. You can see all the corrosion in there as well, so all that's going to have to be taken apart and cleaned up. The problem is at the moment is with delivery of items, because obviously we're stuck in lockdown still. I'm having problems getting parts. I wasn't going to do this because I can't afford to do it. I couldn't afford to build a bike, so basically I'm looking at this as a project to be selling on. So you could, if any of you guys are interested in an electric bike, you can see exactly how I've built it. I won't be cutting any corners. I will be doing it on a budget obviously, but I'm still going to use good components. I don't believe in using cheap parts because it's pointless, it's a waste of time. I have bought a it's a Voigtland rear motor, so it is a budget motor off of eBay, but I found that a lot of people seem to have had quite a bit of joy with them. They're not really cheap items, you know. That's the most expensive item really is your batteries. So I may be looking into building my own battery setup as well, because they're ridiculous money. If you want a decent battery, you can be looking at least 350 upwards for a battery, and that I mean that's more than that's more than half the project, you know. So I've gone for a custom battery setup as well. I'm still using the lithium ion batteries, you know, the 18650s, but I've gone for a custom setup. But I'll show you what I've ordered later, so you can see what I've gone for. But again, it's all for cost, because I don't have the money to do it. I'm doing everything as cheaply as I can, the best that I can do with the money that I have. So it's just going to be interesting. I'm going to look forward to doing it. So watch this space. Anyway, that's me with my bike having a play. Yeah, if you're definitely interested and you want to know any more, put it in the comments down below, and I'll be putting up some more videos for sure. So yeah, love and light guys. Hope you're all great. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping busy.